Hello, my fellow Nigerians. Happy 63rd independence to all Nigerians, both home and abroad. My name is Fadri Obadari Joseph, aka Father Joe, former presidential aspirant on the Labour Party. I know that our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has given an address to the nation about the state of the nation. And it's very important that after doing that an opposition party also give a rebuttal to the state of the nation and see how the nation is faring. It's been 63 years and most African nations, of course, have found themselves to have got independence around the same time Nigeria got independent. 63 years after our independence. How are we faring and how's our nation? As opposed to what our president already gave us a speech to Nigerian people. The state of our nation is bad. The state of our nation is terrible. The state of our nation is demoralizing. The state of our nation is hardship. The state of our nation is insecurity. The state of our nation is joblessness. The state of our nation is suicidal. The state of our nation is nothing but right about even when we're supposed to be celebrating 63 years of independence. Fast backward to 63 years ago, Nigeria was one of the best countries on earth. $1 was almost equal to a naira. Nigeria has exportations in cocoa, oil, and so many products, palm kernel, and mention what you can talk about. There are so many industries in Nigeria. So many industries, tire industries, textile industries, mining industries, petroleum industries, and so many manufacturing industries in our nation. Let's fast forward back to 2023, 63 years after independence. Where are we? All those manufacturing jobs is out of our country. Our export right now is 0 to none. Now in Nigeria, we're exporting almost everything that we eat. Today, a dollar is equal to 1,000 naira. Today, our refineries are no longer working. Today, we're importing even toothpicks into our country. That is how bad that the government coming in, coming out, have destroyed our nation to where it is today. Both civilian and military government have destroyed our nation to where it is today. The same generation set of people have been running that country for the last 63 years. And with all their experiences put together, all they have given us is a nation where we have everything, but we lack everything. But in spite of that, it is still very important to celebrate our independence, because there is nothing as good as freedom. And while we're celebrating, then we must be able to talk and challenge the government in power. That they have to do more in making sure our country does not continue on the path that we're here today. On May 29, when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was sworn in, there was a little hope that things were going to change for the better in our country. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu started by removing subsidy, fuel subsidy. And that was the beginning of the catastrophe of what we are facing in our country today. Removing subsidy took our money, took everything in Nigeria. Fuel price from 200 naira to 600 naira. And up to today, everything in our nation has gone up 400%. After that, Mr. President also introduced a student loan for our students, even when some of us faulted the policy. Today, the same government has increased school fees for all federal institutions by 400%. So, meaning that it's going to be harder for impoverished Nigerians to even send their kids to school in 2023 going forward. Every policy of this government has brought more hardship to Nigerian people than good. Every policy in the area of petroleum, in the area of education, in the area of jobs have not yielded anything positive for Nigerian people. And having Nigerians wants to leave Nigeria to anywhere in the world. That is how bad our country, our economy has been. We have the highest rate of unemployment in the world. Nigeria is one of the most indebted nations on earth. We borrow to steal. We borrow to steal every day. We borrow to run our nation every day. And even at that, we still borrow to steal the money. Where we are, 63 years after independence, our nation is not strong. Our economy is bad. There is so much insecurity in the nation. Killings in the northern part of Nigeria. Killing everywhere in Nigeria. Kidnapping all over the nation. 63 years after independence, youth cannot even get a gainful employment. Every youth of our country are looking for a way to escape out of our nation from different nations on earth. 63 years after independence, farmers can no longer go to the farm because of insecurity, of kidnapping, of killings. 63 years after independence, the children cannot even afford to go to school anymore. Our schools are becoming so expensive that an average Nigerian is not able to send their kids to school. 63 years after independence, so many manufacturing companies and jobs have shipped themselves out of Nigeria to neighboring countries, to Ghana and other nations on earth. 63 after independence, Nigerians are more in poverty than we were 1 year ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and 60 years ago. We have more Nigerians outside Nigerians than we have in Nigeria. And we have our leaders doing nothing to help solve the problem that we're facing in our country. So we're going to use this medium. Some of us who are going to be the future generation of that country. Use this medium to appeal to the government, appeal to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his government. There is so much work that needs to be done. We cannot continue to run our country like this and expect the country that is sitting on the gunpowder not to explode someday. The youth are daily becoming useless in our nation. There's not even future for the unborn children of our nation. Those who are already in their old age, our elders, some of them are dying with no pension. Yet, we have governments in place who all we can see every day, day in, day out, is looting, stealing, and no sympathy for the humans of our country. So as we celebrate independence today, it is to wake up the President of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his government that there's so much work needs to be done. The government needs to see how we can rewind our country and reverse back to where we missed it in the area of oil, and we can make sure one or two of our refineries are working, not waiting and depending on Dangote until Dangote is ready to move. We must go back to encourage agriculture. People must go back to farm. Government itself must use all its land to start farming before encouraging people to do the same. Education, it is not a privilege, it is a right. We must make education more affordable to Nigerian people. Increasing fees for school at this time is a wrong policy. A government that says it's giving student loan and by the other hand, slashing them with increments in school fees is not a government that is sincere about helping education. Nigeria has the lowest budgetary allocation to education in every budget every year in the world. And this we must change. This we must change. We have the lowest paid police in the world. We have the lowest paid people, security that are supposed to be protecting the country. And that is why there's no insecurity in the country. That is why there's kidnapping. That is why so much is wrong in our nation. Even in 2023, we can't even boast of a stable power supply to the nation. A lot is wrong. Our graduates are graduating every day with no jobs out there. Because most jobs are folding because they cannot run in an economy that is not moving forward. Our economy is standstill. Inflation in our country is like the world has never known before. All of these are what is affecting our nation. And that is why so much is wrong in our country. But Nigerians are good people. Nigerians are resilient people. Nigerians are rugged people. And if we can just have leaders who will do the right thing, we can turn the nation back to normal. We can turn hands of clock back and make our country the best place. After fuel subsidy, the government says to have given out 5 billion to every state. Up till now, we have not seen the impact of those palliative and those money to all the states and Nigerian people that the money is meant for. So a lot needs to be done in our country. And that is why I'm calling on the president and every state government, every leaders, every politician in our country that we must do the right thing by Nigerian people. We must put policies that can help the people. We must make education affordable. We must create an enabling environment for jobs to return back to our country. We must do everything to encourage Nigerians to be productive. Agriculture must be encouraged once again. We must do everything to make sure that we bring down the price of dollar to naira. Because that is the only way right now we can salvage a lot of things. It is also something we are hearing that government is beginning to pay subsidy a little bit that he has stopped paying before. If government is paying subsidy right now, then government will also reduce the price of fuel back to 200 naira. A lot is wrong in our country, but in the midst of hope, Nigerians are still hopeful. In the midst of hardship, Nigerians are still surviving. Even when things are tough, Nigerians are still toughing through. So government of our nation must wake up. The next 1 year, we should be able to come back in a year's time and see progress in our country and see progress in our nation. Every hand must be on deck, both citizens and also leaders, and see how we can make our country great again. If there's any nation that needs to be great again, it's our country, Nigeria. And I know someday Nigeria will still be great again. Happy independence to all Nigerians, both home and abroad. And I say, God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you, and God bless me. Thank you.